There's so many layers to this. You know, a week or so ago, we were out with our friends out by Mount Baker, birthday party for one of the kids, and it was just amazing, cool. I mean, you have the mountains, you have the river, the Nooksack River. You have this beautiful place, amazing spot with some cabins up there, and and we were having a good time, and really like these people, love these people a lot, and there's a funny thing though, the whole area, Bellingham, where we're at right now, Bellingham, they one of the nicknames is Hamsterdam because there's so much marijuana. There's so much marijuana, and and it's kind of funny, kind of cool, um, but the thing is, Jen was stressed out yesterday, the day before. We've been moving and doing lots of stuff to get. It's amazing how much it takes to move a household, move people, a family, even if it was just 30 miles away. And we were scrambling and working really hard, and it was just we had a time crunch thing, and we're out of that house out by Mount Baker now, and now we're in this other place, um, making our home here in Bellingham. Still a bunch of stuff all over the place, but um, we were a couple weeks ago. We were at this birthday party and having fun, and Jen made a joke. One of our jokes was a few years ago we Jen made some brownies and it had some sugar in it, and it was organic sugar, but we don't tend to eat sugar. We don't tend to eat sugar. We don't tend to eat gluten, corn, soy. There's some things that we do for our health that are really important if you really want to help your body heal and clear a lot of the autoimmune type conditions and just live a healthy life. And so somehow Jen had made some brownies and they had sugar in them. I forgot why particularly, but she got them from somebody they were really good brownies, and so we weren't going to eat them. So she took them over to our friend's house, and she said, and he's a really cool dude, and so one of our best friends, and he Jen said, yeah, these have contraband. There's a contraband ingredient in this. We can't eat it. And he had this big smile on his face because he thought it was marijuana. And and so Jen saw that, oh, that's what he thought, and she said, dude, we're not that cool. We're not that cool. And so I have a crazy marijuana story where my coach, when I was a distance runner back in San Diego, I'd been through some tough times. A girlfriend of 10 years had broken up with me, and I just run a race. So I ran 5 kilometers really hard and hadn't eaten any breakfast and gone to the beer garden and drank a few beers. And so we were heading over to the beach with everybody, and he gave me a couple of brownies to eat. And then after I ate a couple of brownies, he told me that they had a contraband material in them. It was marijuana, and I wasn't used to marijuana. I just didn't smoke it, or I was a runner, wanted good lungs, and I was like, oh man, and it got really weird. I had basically short story of a long story. I spent the next 3 days totally paranoid, feeling like the world was out to truly get me, and that I had lost my mind, that I'd gone crazy. I was so sad, and it was the craziest time. So I just decided, oh, that's just not my drug of choice. I'll drink coffee. I'll drink coffee. I'll have a little alcohol every once in a while, not that often, um, but not marijuana. And so Jen and I don't do marijuana, not because we think it's wrong. It's just that it's just not our thing. Do a little apple cider, little coffee. That's our thing. Chocolate. So but there's a lot of ways that people go to calm themselves down, right? To feel okay with the world. And one of our other friends, when Jen was really stressed not yesterday, the day before, she said, well, you could smoke a bowl, like a little marijuana. And she knew that Jen wouldn't do that. And they just laughed, and it was just kind of funny. And so the crazy thing was yesterday, this week was crazy time for me because I spent a terrible time in my childhood where we were doing a bunch of moving, and we actually owned a moving van, a big truck, giant truck, and and it was just a tough time for me, just not treated very well at all, and so we had a time crunch, and some of those issues came up for me, and it wasn't Jen's fault, but she pushed some of those buttons, and I was in a very dark place. I hadn't felt that kind of anger and resentment and frustration in a long, long time. And there's just layers and layers of this stuff, right? Layers of it. And right when you think it's all peace and love and you've got it figured out and all this is great, and I mean, this place showed up in a magical way for us. Magical way. It's amazing. I'll really will show you guys around our new home. And yet when we were moving and leaving that other place, there was so much that came up for me. And so I realized, of course, that this was another opportunity to clear some very deep stuff in me, because it's time to let it go. And 90% of the issue, whether you're trying to get ahead in business or the world, or for your family or your health, 90%, I believe, is more than 90%, is the inner game, is the deep, deep, deep inner beliefs, deep, deep, deep inner beliefs. If you have an inner smile, I truly believe you can heal. If you don't have that inner smile, it's really hard to heal. And I implore you to look for that inner smile. Implore you to look for that. Because if you don't have that, it's going to be really hard when you do all the work. And you deserve to be happy, right? And so a bunch of that crap came up for me this last couple of days, especially yesterday. And then I had an angel show up. Our neighbor came and gave us some bread with a bunch of gluten, and I said, we can't eat that. But we had a good conversation, and I realized some stuff and let some stuff go. But what I did was I got into what was happening in my body and cleared another deep, deep layer of that. And what I got this morning is I was doing my Qigong and my matrix energetics and everything that I do, the deep inner peace process work to clear this stuff, was to quit taking myself so seriously, and to really, really let it go and have some fun and experience joy and the lightness of being, the lightness of life, that it can go away in an instant. And in this moment, wouldn't it be cool to really enjoy it? And, I was thinking 12 years ago, I was sitting on a bench in Vancouver, British Columbia after a vacation. And I thought of Jen. I hadn't even gone out with her yet, but I thought of her. I'd met her. And I thought of us in the Northwest with two kids, living a really cool life. And it's come true even beyond what I've even imagined. And so I just thought, wow, I wonder what the next 12 years is going to be like. And it sure would be fun to enjoy it, to totally enjoy it, right? So this is what I want for you. This is what I hope for you. What I found is 90% of the thing is the inner game, And yet there is still stuff to do in the physical world, whether it's for your health or for your business, to make money, to live a good life. And the key is to have that inner smile. How can you find that inner smile? And so once a month, I've been doing a session with people from all over the world. The very first time I did it was back in 2014 when we first moved out to that mountain. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool to have a way to do a session for not a lot of money and for a group of people all over the world, and to connect up and to show them how to do this kind of stuff, and also to connect them up to have a direct transmission of this energy, of this life force. And so we're doing the next one this Sunday, and it's free. The first one is free, and then if you like it, you can join each month. But this month, I'm going to be doing something that I learned from one of my coaches. That and I have coaches. I have coaches for my spiritual work, for my business work, for my love relationship work. I have coaches. It's really important, I think, to have a coach. when I was a distance runner in a big way in San Diego, I had coaches, and I couldn't have gotten there where I got to without a coach. And one of my coaches who makes a lot of money, and he said 90% he's also found 90% of the thing is the mindset, is the inner mindset. And he showed me something that's really cool. And it's a way to connect with something. He called it a mindset hack, which basically means the shortcut version to clear inner game stuff. So you can then your stuff for business and money and real estate and your health and all that kind of stuff works. So we're going to be using that with all the other stuff that I use, and I'm going to be working on people live this Sunday. And then also you could watch live, or you can watch later as a replay and have it over and over again. So my hope is that you use it and you get this and give it a good go. And if you want to try it for free, it's this Sunday. And you can look at the information there, www.ralphhavens.com/free miracle session. ralphhavens.com/free miracle session. And I make it free the first month because I want you to give it a good try. The problem with free is sometimes you just don't put enough emphasis into it and don't do much with it because it's free. But if it is something that you want to clear, the deep inner game stuff, I hope you join us. And that's what I have for you today. So I'll show you around a little bit because it's cool. We've got a good spot. So this is our new spot. There's a bunch of stuff in our backyard. This is our little, one of our walkways. It goes up quite a bit to another layer, and there's trails right out our back door, just like we had, not just like we had in Mount Baker, but we have trails right out our back door that can take us all over the city. The city is amazing. It's basically Trail Town, USA. So hope you're having a great Friday, and I will see you all hopefully this weekend. All right, bye now.